it took a group of people to actually, to get where I am right now, right? So basically, most people they only see the person in front. They don't get to see everything that goes on in the background.
How do you manage to balance academics and activities?
When you graduate and you go out there to face the world is not going to be waiting for you, It's not going to be like, oh, this person maybe is having a hard day today. No, there will be something new every day, right? And you have to go ahead and face it.
Welcome once again. I'm with the third guest of the day, Mr. Julius. And do you mind introducing yourself for the sake of those seeing you for the first time?
Definitely. I go by the names of Julius Katende, and my Chinese name is actually Dalong. I've been in China for a couple of years, about 8 years. I did my bachelor's here, I did my master's here, and for the past 3 years, Chang'an has been my home. I've liked everything, and I've been studying the course of business management, and I'm going to be graduating this year. Thank you.
Wow, you have spent a lot of time or a lot of years here at Chang'an. So how does it feel like to finally graduate after all this time spent here?
I would say, it's a lot of emotions actually, because, when you're graduating, like a lot of people, like the person who's actually graduating, you're a little bit sad because you're going to be missing your friends, and you're also happy because you're graduating.
Yeah.
And there is pressure from your parents, from the family, from your friends, from the teachers. But, at the end of it all, like the person who is actually experiencing it, like when you sit back and relax, it's actually nice. It's a good feeling, right? It's a feeling you get to feel like once in a lifetime. So, I would encourage anyone who's going for it, it's actually a good accomplishment to go for.
Wow, thank you very much. So, what was the most challenging part of your academics? We know a journey is never smooth. There are always some up and down. So, what was the most challenging part of all?
I have a couple of them, but I remember there was a time when I was doing my research. I think for about 3 months, I would open my laptop and look at my laptop for maybe 2 hours without doing anything. I'm stuck. I'm like, where do I get that data? How do I do my research? Chang'an is a big school, so you have to do everything in a systematic way. You cannot just write, random, you have to make your research. So I would spend about 3 months, and I feel like even right now I have friends who are going through the same stage whereby you're stuck. You're like, oh, where do I get that data? How do I start my research? And I remember I had to attend a few seminars, academic writing seminars, to actually, know how to actually go about writing a paper. That experience was a little bit tough, but when I look back right now, I'm actually grateful. It was a good experience, and I would encourage anyone to actually go for it.
So no matter the place where we are stuck or the area where we are stuck, there's always a way out, if I can get to.
Definitely, but it actually takes a lot, right? I remember, my supervisor, my laoshis, my teachers, my friends, it took a group of people to actually, to get where I am right now, right? So basically, most people they only see the person in front. They don't get to see everything that goes on in the background. Even, people like, our class advisors who have to understand, the emotions we go through, during our academics, right? So it's actually a lot, and it's really, really good. It's really, really nice. I would encourage anyone to go for it.
So after all what you've listed, your teachers, your peers and everything, all the journey, what will you miss the most about your time spent here?
A lot, really a lot, I think first I would miss my friends. And I would also miss all these different activities. I think Chang'an, I've been in a different university before, but Chang'an is one university that has every week there's an activity going on. It's a lot of activities, and I happen to have participated in one. There was a business competition. As you can see, I love business, right? So when I got a chance to actually participate it was a business competition in Shanghai, and it was super, super interesting. It brought out my characters, and I was like, this is where I belong, and even the people I was with, it was good, everything was good about it. I'm like, I knew in that very moment that I'm gonna miss this very moment here. Even right now, I still miss that moment. Yeah.
So you just mentioned something about weekly activities, but how do you manage as a student to balance between the weekly activities and, it can be distractful sometimes. How do you manage to balance academics and activities?
I think, particularly, I would say Chang'an focuses on building someone an all-round person, right? So they put in an environment whereby you have to focus on your academics by yourself, but then they'll keep bringing these activities for you. And, it's a good opportunity for you to take part in, right? So realize when you graduate and you go out there to face the world is not going to be waiting for you, It's not going to be like, oh, this person maybe is having a hard day today. No, there will be something new every day, right? And you have to go ahead and face it. And I realized Changan gave me that opportunity, right? Like there are opportunities for you to actually, like focus on your academics, and there are also opportunities for you to, go and engage in activities. And I think this is actually good for our, our brains as well. When you go and take part in, I remember I took part in basketball tournaments. When you're playing basketball games, like your mind is actually free, right? So when you sit on your laptop again to do your research, like you're actually doing it from a new perspective. It's really, really beautiful, right? It's really good.
Wow, that's such an amazing experience. So lastly, what is one thing you discovered about yourself during these studies that you would take for life, or maybe you want to share with anybody listening to us there?
I think one of the things I discovered was, teamwork. I remember in our final days, we had moments whereby, the school is like, you need to do this, you need to do this, and like it's a lot of things you have to do, right? But when you have a lot of people that you team up with, it actually becomes easier, right? So, most times people find these things easy, like, oh, teamwork, everyone knows teamwork, right? But when you're actually taking part in this, you get to understand the value of it. That's one thing I realized. Changan actually encourages us to actually work in groups, and I realized, it's one thing that helped me actually grow and become a better human being. Yeah.
Wow. So if I understand what you've said, there is always a gap between the theory and the practical. And Changan is that playground that kind of joins both of them, both the theoretical and the practical part together. So thank you very much for coming today, Mr. Julius, and I wish you the best for your studies. And if I may ask the last question, what next after this?
I think, it would be, right now we're still planning everything, and that's a question everyone actually normally asks.
Yeah.
Right now, if you ask anyone who's graduating, I think they've had this question like a couple of times, and I would say like some people already have plans, but on top of those plans, you still have to make other plans. Remember, there's actually a force behind you, right? There's a family, there are your teachers. We need to make them proud, so whatever you're trying, like right now, I'm not thinking about myself. I'm thinking about all the people that have been the reason why I'm here. My family, my teachers, my friends. I'm like, I cannot disappoint them. So everything is at work right now. My brain, like I'm super, super focused. And I would say, let's hope for the best. As for now, I'm excited to be graduating.
So thank you very much. So we will be receiving the next and the fourth guest of the day. Thank you, Mr. Julius, and have a good journey.